What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. As you can hear, I'm sick as a dog. With me, as always, is Keith LaCava. What's going on, Selena Bromance?
Not much, bro, Montana.
Oh, man, here we go.
Here we go.
Episode 30. Let's start off with a stat challenge from last week. Your boy won.
Yeah,
California.
Ryan Capola out in Cali, man. He got the pick. He picked 21-14, and the final score was 23-16. So congrats on that. You got 4 cards coming your way.
Yeah, that was cool. We're going to still do something for the playoffs this week. We got a Jordan Love card, really cool, jersey card. So we're asking for his rushing and passing yards. I know he's questionable. The coach said he was going to play, but if he doesn't, then the quarterback that starts for the Packers, you know, we want their rushing and their passing yards, their total yards to win the Jordan Love card.
Man, they're banged up. They just lost Christian Watson, too, but we'll get into that later, Frankie.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough for them. Why don't we jump right into the Wicked Pissah News?
Here we go, baby. Wicked Pissah News. And like always, Frankie, we're going to start off with the Bruins update. Bruins are currently 20-17-5 on the season, third in the Atlantic Division. The Bruins are 0-3 since our last show, technically on a 4-game losing streak.
4 games in a row they lost. I know, it's crazy.
Disgusting, bro. So like I said, a 4-game losing streak. Let's break it down. They lost 2-1 this past Thursday against the Rangers, followed by a 6-4 loss in Toronto versus the Maple Leafs this past Saturday, and then a 5-4 overtime loss to the Islanders in Boston this past Sunday, dude. What is going on, Frankie? They're up, they're down. It's the most energetic
tonight.
They got a roller coaster season going on right now,
They're
bro.
playing the Oilers tonight.
Right.
That doesn't get any easier than some of the names they already played.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They could be easily 0-5.
This whole goalie situation, man, it's not working out. I mean, like I said, man, they got the new coach in there. We're looking good for a little bit, but now they're going back down. But like you said, next game is at home versus the Oilers tonight at 7 p.m.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, Frankie. So let's move on from one Boston team to another, and we got the Celtics update, man, and they're not looking too good either, bro. 26-10, which is a good record, but by their standards, especially last year, only having 4 home losses. And so they're second in the East. Celtics are 3-1 since our last show.
That's good, though.
Right. They were playing, actually, while we filmed last Tuesday. They actually beat the Raptors 125. Yeah, they murdered them 125-71.
That was an absolute blowout.
Oh, it was. Followed by a 118-115 win over the T-Wolves in Minnesota. That was a close one.
Close game.
Anthony Edwards and stuff. He's always tough playing him. And then a 109-86 win over Ime Udoka in the Rockets in Houston this past Friday. And then lastly, a 105-92 loss to the Thunder in OKC, man, which was disgusting to watch because
I didn't like that game.
They had that game in the bag in the beginning, and then it was just like they just let it go, man, shooting up too many threes.
OKC is the number 1 defensive team in the league.
Right, man.
But they were short a few guys. Holmgren didn't play. A couple of guys didn't play. They should have won that game.
Absolutely. But next game is in Denver tonight at 10 p.m., so we'll see how they do against Jokic and those guys.
Yeah, that'll be a tough matchup, too.
Yes, sir.
Fun to watch, though.
Absolutely. Moving over to some more NBA news, and LeBron, man, he's going to break the records for records pretty soon. I mean, there's going to be no more for this guy to break.
I mean, he's going to be 50 when he'll retire when he's 50, like every record under the sun.
Oh, my God. So let's break it down. LeBron James breaks another NBA record, like I said. LeBron broke Michael Jordan's record for most 30-point games in NBA history with 563, bro.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And in that same game, the Lakers beat the Hawks 119-102. So they're starting to surge a little bit, new head coach JJ Redick and everything. LeBron wasn't playing for some personal reasons. We don't know why, but he's starting to get it going again.
Yeah, no, they actually played really well recently.
Right. So let's move over to some more NBA news, Frankie. And the Bulls are to honor point guard Derrick Rose with a jersey retirement next season. Actually, Frankie, watch out real quick. There it is. Much deserving, right? You know what I mean?
He was such an animal, and then he had that knee injury.
Dude, they didn't even need him in that game when he had that knee injury. I remember to this day.
It really shortened his career a lot, but he was fun to watch.
Well, it's really cool for a kid that's from Chicago, first overall pick to his favorite team.
And that was awesome.
The youngest MVP we've seen in NBA history to this day.
Yeah, no, he's an animal. He was so good.
Rightfully deserved. I mean, he'll be the 5th overall jersey retired to the Bulls rafters, including obviously Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's some elite company that he's going to be up there with.
For sure. Good for them for doing that.
Absolutely. So, from one piece of good NBA news to a piece of just, here we go with the drama again.
He's definitely clowning out this dude.
Yeah, right? I mean, the Celtics seem to have broken this team. So, Jimmy Butler requests a trade from the Miami Heat. He's open, actually, to playing anywhere other than Miami, he said, which he's already come out and said he doesn't want to play for some certain teams.
Yeah, so they were trying to trade him, and he already said, nah, I don't want him.
Right. So, I mean, but he did say...
Who does this dude think he is?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, mind you, too, he did say he'd want to play anywhere else other than Miami. Now you're saying, no, I don't want to play here. I don't want to play. It's like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
Someone came out and said he wants to play half the games in a season and still make his $30 million. It's
okay.
He's barely playing.
Well, actually, here's what he had to say this past week regarding his time in Miami.
What will fix it? What do you want to see happen to fix it?
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. and wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon, but
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
probably not.
So like I said, man, he said probably not when it comes to finding joy back on the court for the Miami Heat. And, he wants to do it somewhere else. Who knows where that's going to be? But, I mean, did you see the color of his hair recently? It was green, bro. Get this guy over in Boston. I wouldn't mind having him for some depth.
That's fine. Bring him on over. But not at $30 million.
I mean, let's look at it this way. About a month ago, Pat Riley stated they will not be trading Butler, but has since changed his stance with all this going on. I mean, they just suspended him 7 games, too.
Yeah,
For conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, again, here we go with the roller coasters, like the Brandon Ayuk, the puke stuff. Now we got it, the Jimmy Butler saga. All right, Frankie, let's move over to some NFL news. And from one Miami star athlete wanting out to another. And Tyreek Hill, it doesn't sound like he's happy over there with the Dolphins, Frankie. He wants out of there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of drama with that. He said after the game he wants gone. I mean, they shouldn't have lost to the Jets, but
Speaking of that, we got the clip of that, too.
hit it.
This is my first time I haven't been in the playoffs, man, so I'm out, bro. So it was great playing here, but, at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for, for my career.
You mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, yeah.
So, yeah, as you saw when he was walking off the screen, he actually stuttered under his breath, and they said, so do you plan on leaving Miami this year offseason? He goes, yes, as he was walking off camera, dude. So, shows that he's not happy. It's his first time in his career that he hasn't made the playoffs.
Yeah,
Clearly, that's sticking with him because he's a competitor, obviously.
They had an up and down year. I mean, he obviously had 2,000 yards last year. Nothing close to that this year.
Let me tell you, Frankie, losing Tua earlier in the season, that definitely dipped on his numbers.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
sure.
look at these numbers that he had from this year. So 81 receptions, which is his lowest since 2019. He actually was injured that year. 959 yards, under 1,000, lowest since the same year, 2019. He had over 1,700 the last 2 years. So 959. I mean, that's good for a lot of other receivers. Considering him, not really.
Yeah.
And then 6 touchdowns, lowest since his rookie year.
You want to know why? It's because I drafted him 3rd overall.
There you go.
in my fantasy football.
Yep, the
league.
curse of Frank, the guy that got to the championship with all the injuries.
Yeah, well, that was not in my league. I did,
Right,
but
right.
Your league I did,
Nah,
but
yeah, I'm just messing around.
I saw that the GM and Mike McDaniels talked to him today and tried to clear the air, but Hill came out and said, "I'm not retracting what I said."
Right.
So who knows? We'll see what he does.
Get him over in New England. We need receivers.
Bring him over.
So, Frankie, let's break down the NFL injuries from this past week, especially going into wild card weekend, bro. And we had some notable ones. Yep. So, Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers, he has a right knee injury. He's considered day-to-day. He could potentially miss Saturday's playoff game versus Steelers, which will really hurt the Ravens.
I think he's gonna. He's got a sprain, yeah.
Packers wide receiver Christian Watson went down with a knee injury this past week. It was a non-contact knee injury. It didn't look like, he didn't even take a hit or anything. He just fell down.
It was very,
the ball was going to Dontavian Wicks, and then he fell down, and unfortunately, they came to find out that he had a torn ACL, and he's going to be missing the rest of the playoffs.
He gets injured all the time. I feel bad for the guy.
But then their quarterback, Jordan Love, he had an elbow injury this past week. He wasn't ruled out for the game, but he just didn't return. Now they're kind of like Frankie was talking about with the stat challenge, kind of up in the air, but it's looking like he'll play. But missing one of his...
Matt LaFleur said, I'm not worried about it.
They need him out there too, but also with his elbow injury, I heard he actually lost feeling in his throwing arm. He said.
You see him going like this, trying to hold the ball
That's
the
scary,
whole time.
bro.
Yeah.
You're going into the playoffs with your quarterback saying that. So
they're all banged up. I mean, they were playing great too.
So let's move on from the unfortunate news to the good news in the NFL records broken this week. So we'll start with Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase, and he won the Triple Crown, bro.
Unreal.
First time since 2021, which was Cooper Kupp, which I thought his numbers were still crazier than Jamar Chase's.
Was
but
unbelievable.
Let's break down what Jamar Chase did this year. 127 receptions, 1,708 yards, and 17 touchdowns, bro.
Crazy.
But unfortunately, the Bengals were eliminated from playoff contention due to the Broncos killing the Chiefs this past Sunday, which we'll get into.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know what's crazy? Jamar Chase talked about holding out when he was holding in, didn't really play.
Right.
They're going to have to pay him.
Yeah, that's why they
much more than they would have had to pay him.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, they can't afford him and T. Higgins, so that's another guy the Patriots are going to be looking at this offseason.
They would have saved money if they just signed him last year.
Right. Absolutely. So back to Raiders rookie tight end Brock Bowers, and he reclaimed his own record this past week, which was pretty funny. We saw 2 rookies kind of take it.
Yeah.
So this past Sunday versus the Chargers, he officially broke the rookie receptions record again. So he finished the season with 112 receptions, 3rd most in the league.
That's
like
crazy.
we were talking about, he was 2nd most last week.
That's
now
like
he's
Travis Kelce in
what
his
I'm
heyday.
saying,
He was
bro.
like
Rookie
top
year,
5
too?
in catches. It's crazy.
It's insane, bro. But if you guys remember, like I said, Bowers just last week broke the rookie receptions record. And then Malik Neighbors in the early slate of games broke that record himself.
Yep.
And then Bowers played later. He came back in and got the record back.
Yep.
So it was been up and down with that record. I mean, considering that another rookie broke it last year in Puka Nacua. So
Crazy.
Brock Bowers finished the game with 4 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. And, of course, that record against the Chargers. So good for him. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson became the first player in NFL history to amass 4,000 passing yards and 900 rushing yards in a season, bro. That's like some Madden numbers.
He's one of my favorite players to watch ever.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I wish I had him in fantasy this year.
Unbelievable.
Congrats, Justin. He also became the first player to throw for over 40 touchdowns and fewer than 5 interceptions. Yeah. That's not even Madden numbers, bro. That's just crazy.
He went nuts this year. He went crazy.
Yeah, he finished the season with 41 touchdowns, 4 INTs, man. Like I said, he's on that MVP pace. They're in the playoffs, man. I want to see him get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I don't want to see the Bills get to the Super Bowl.
No.
We don't like the Bills over here.
I wouldn't mind seeing Lamar get one.
Yeah, same here, bro. And then lastly, Bucks wide receiver Mike Evans, man. This dude cannot be stopped. Even missing 3 games this year.
This is my guy. I love this guy.
Even missing 3 games this year, this dude still finished with 1,000 receiving yards. And actually, we have a clip. It actually happened in pretty interesting fashion.
To throw it here. Mayfield throwing. Evans. He ties it. Jerry Rice has company. And that'll do it. Evans, 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He ties Jerry Rice.
So like I said, never mind this guy missed 3 games. He still finished with 1,000 yards. That's every year he's been in the NFL.
11 straight.
11 straight.
Years, ties Jerry Rice.
Ties Jerry Rice for the most consecutive. But you know what's funny? Jerry Rice didn't do? He didn't start his career with 1,000 yards.
No.
His rookie year, Jerry Rice had 927 receiving
That's
yards.
close,
no,
though.
it is close. But what I'm saying is no other receiver has started their career straight 11 seasons
The dude's
with
crazy.
1,000
And he hit his
yards.
bonus for
Hit
hitting
his bonus,
1,000.
of course.
You know, on the play, the game was over.
The game was over.
To do that.
But
He needed 5 yards.
They
He got
wanted him to
7.
get that, and like you saw from the clip there, with the time they had the game in the bag. They just said, "Hey, we're going for it. Let's
It was
get
like
Mike paid."
$3 million, $3.5 million
Dude,
or something crazy.
That one catch for 5 yards is a good payday right there.
Yeah, after the game, he said he was going to the casino.
Yeah, I don't blame him. So Evans finishes the season with 74 receptions, 1,004 yards, pretty close from not getting it,
I'm saying.
and 11 touchdowns. So let's move over, Frankie, like we were talking about the New York Jets dumpster fire, bro. That's what we like to call them over there.
Always.
So they're looking for a new head coach, obviously. So let's see who they met with previously this past week. They met with former Panthers and Commanders head coach Ron Rivera, 2-time coach of the year from 2013 and 15. Yeah. Mike Vrabel, who we'll get into in Foxboro Focus, but apparently they met with him too. He had a good meeting with them.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. He's
And
a
I
good
guess,
coach.
and I guess today they're meeting with Rex Ryan.
Oh, huh.
Yeah,
I
dude.
can see him coming back there.
And I guess he already made a statement if the Jets hire him that he's getting rid of the whole country club aura over there. Aaron Rodgers better tighten up.
I was watching Get Up on ESPN, and he had his green blazer on and stuff. So I wonder if he's going back.
Fresh off the interview, probably.
I'm telling you.
Let's talk about the coaches that were fired and start with the Jaguars. They fired head coach Doug Pederson after a 4-13 season. Now, this is pretty interesting, Frankie. After 2 consecutive 9-8 seasons and bringing the Jags from 3-14 to the playoffs the next year, the guy won a Super Bowl with Philly, brought them their only Super Bowl to this day. Now, after this rough season, which I get it was rough, they just canned him. They were like, nope, we're looking elsewhere.
I'm surprised by that move.
I was.
Doug Peterson's a good coach.
That's what I'm saying. And then
He'll
another
get hired quick.
He will. And then Raiders fired Antonio Pierce after a 4-13 season. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. He was the interim when Josh McDaniels got fired.
I remember.
He seemed to kind of gain the attention and the respect of the whole locker room. Seemed like they were
really
playing hard for
they
him. And
played hard, yeah.
Dude, I mean, a lot of injuries. Obviously, you got your quarterback who you signed, Gardner Minshew. I mean, he's no Tom Brady.
No, they don't have a franchise quarterback.
No, they
regardless.
don't. I mean,
So
Aiden O'Connell, come on, bro. Like,
it's not a franchise.
But yeah, so those guys both got fired and they're looking for some new jobs. So we'll see what happens with that.
That's all we got for the Wicked Pissah News. Why don't we jump right into the Foxboro Focus?
Here we are again, Frankie, Foxboro Focus. The season's over. We got a lot of news to cover before we get into the game. So to start off with very surprising news, the Patriots have fired head coach Jerod Mayo after a 4-13 season, his rookie head coach year with the team. Not gonna lie, man, I was very surprised by that.
Me
Not
too.
saying I'm disappointed, but I am surprised. But I'll tell you one firing I wasn't surprised with the Patriots. They also fired offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt. That just had to happen, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Look at these offensive numbers here. It's 31st in total offense, 32nd in passing offense, 13th in rushing offense, which wasn't bad. It's still under the top 10, though. And then in the bottom 25 in scoring, red zone, and third down offense.
Terrible.
He had to go. But I mean, I'll be honest with you, Frankie. Many times we've seen head coaches their rookie year with the team start off slow. I mean, for example, a recent coach right now, Dan Campbell with the Lions. His first win, his first year with the team didn't come until December.
Yep.
They only had 2 wins that whole year.
Jimmy Johnson was 1-15.
Jimmy Johnson,
he's a Hall of Fame coach.
That's what I'm saying, a Hall of Fame coach. And then let's get into Bill Belichick. His first year as head coach of the Patriots, they were 5-11.
Yep.
And then look what happened there. 24 years later.
I mean, it makes you wonder if Kraft said take the starters out and he didn't. or go for the loss.
Right, and he went against him.
And he went against him because he fired him like a couple hours after.
Literally, dude, like a few hours. I thought it would have been the next day, if anything.
I'm saying there must have been another reason, I feel.
Well, I saw a report, who knows if this is true, but I did see a report that apparently Robert's son, Jonathan Kraft, the president of the team, him and Mayo didn't see eye to eye from the jump.
That's what it was.
And I heard Jonathan Kraft had his eyes on Vrabel from the jump.
I don't mind Vrabel.
So let's get into that, bro. So real quick. So obviously we're looking for a new head coach, and here are a few candidates the Patriots have been looking at. So far I'm hearing they have an interview scheduled with Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. They got to get through.
Sick.
Well, they got to get through their playoff run first, so they can't just bring him in right away.
Right,
I'm hearing they had an interview today with Byron Leftwich, the former OC for the Bucs. He won a Super Bowl, but it was with Tom Brady.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Any OCs winning Super Bowls with Tom Brady. Pep Hamilton, the OC for the Houston Texans, which I'm not really a fan of, dude. The DC for the Vikings, Brian Flores, I'm not a fan of.
No.
But Frankie, let's get into this one. Mr. Mike Vrabel. Listen to this, though. According to CBS Sports, Vrabel intentionally took the Jets interview in an attempt to put pressure on the Patriots and Robert Kraft, and it seems to have worked. I mean, nothing's official yet, but it sounds like the Patriots are getting ready to bring him in. They have an interview scheduled with him on Thursday.
I wouldn't mind seeing Vrabel here.
Nah, dude, I would love
He'd
that.
fit perfectly for
dude,
us.
2 years ago, we just inducted him into our Hall of Fame.
Hey, he was a good coach for the Titans.
Coach of the Year 1 year.
And he played here for a long time, and he was a great player for us. He gave
3
his
Super
heart
Bowls.
and everything, you know what I mean? Sweat and tears, all that.
But that would be cool, man, to see him get snaked from the Jets, and that'll be the second time we've done that, considering we did that with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Sir.
it.
So, Frankie, with that win over the Bills, the Patriots dropped from the number 1 pick, like we were just talking about, to the number 4 pick, kind of dropping us out of that range where those top
We
tier.
won, but we lost.
So here are the numbers right here. Titans are number 1, Browns are number 2, and Giants number 3. We're at number 4, and here are a few players that they have for the mock drafts. Cornerback Will Johnson of Michigan. Apparently, he's the most well-rounded corner in this year's draft. Pair him up with Christian Gonzalez, see how that goes. Offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas, the top-ranked offensive tackle. Another top-ranked O-tackle was Will Campbell from LSU. At wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, if he's there at 4. Obviously, the Patriots had rumblings trying to get him.
Hunter's sick.
Edge rusher Abdul Carter from Penn State. I guess he's one of the top edge rushers in college football this past year. And then wide receiver Tetora McMillan from Arizona stands at 6'5", 210 pounds. So, I mean, you need help in the receiver room.
I'm saying Hunter, or you take one of those tackles and protect
I agree, brother. Absolutely. So, Frankie, let's get into how we lost that number 1 pick. So, Week 18 recap. The Patriots beat the Bills 23-16, bringing their overall and final record to 4-13. Frankie, let's show the highlights. They actually had some good ones this week.
Yeah, they did.
Week 18, Bills versus Patriots, number 1 pick on the line. And we're going to start off with Josh Allen. He's getting the start, but it's going to be a quick day for him because he just wanted to get his consecutive start streak going. And there it is. It's over with. He's celebrating, and what a quick day at the office. After one series from Drake May, the rest of the game was played by quarterback Joe Milton. He's going to do the fake handoff here and run it in for the touchdown. Look at this dude. Backflip. That dude's athletic, man. Let me tell you. Milton, who is also a rookie, gets his first career touchdown and a really good first career drive. Start of the second quarter, Bills are on 4th and goal, and quarterback Mitch Trubisky is going to find running back Ray Davis for the touchdown. Trubisky played the majority of this game, and they tie the game at 7 at the start of the second quarter. Next Patriots drive, Joe Milton is dropping back, and he's going to roll out. He's got some wheels, too, but he's going to use his improvising skills here. He's going to look across the field and find receiver Kayshon Boutte for the touchdown. What a great play by Joe Milton, man. He was lighting the Bills up. I mean, unfortunately, with the number 1 pick on the line, he played great, but it is what it is, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the kid. Start of the third quarter, Patriots lead 14-10. There's going to be a little mix-up on the handoff here. Antonio Gibson loses the handoff from Joe Milton. It's a fumble. Bills get the ball back. Bills in the red zone after that fumble, and Trubisky's going to hand off to running back James Cook for the touchdown. That's actually his 16th rushing touchdown of the year, tying the Bills' single-season rushing touchdown record by O.J. Simpson. Out of the fourth quarter, Patriots lead 17-16, and I'm not going to lie, this play didn't count, but it was insane. Look at Milton improvising, running around. There's the flag. He's making his moves. Whoop! Spinning out a guy, and then he's going to throw an absolute dart to the end zone to Pop Douglas for the touchdown, but unfortunately, like I said, it was a flag. It didn't count, but man, that's why they call that guy Bazooka Joe. Just the poise he had to avoid all those tackles and then still throw a dart to the end zone. Very unfortunate it didn't count. Caden Wallace, man, you got to work on those penalties going into next year. Patriots would end up settling for a 42-yard field goal by Joey Sly, putting them up 7 points towards the end of the fourth quarter. The Patriots would end up winning this one 23-16 to bring their final overall record to 4-13 on the season, losing out on the number 1 pick. Yeah, get out of here, Mayo. On to the 2025 season, baby.
Yeah, man. So Joe Milton was going crazy
Joe Milton
there.
looked crazy good out there.
Team's already inquiring about him, too.
I'm saying, why not? He looked unbelievable.
So let's break it down. Patriots offense, Week 18 versus the Bills. Joe Milton III, 22 for 29, 241 yards, 1 pass touchdown, and 1 rush touchdown.
Yeah, he played so good.
Antonio Gibson got most of the carries. Ramondre didn't play. 12 carries for 41 yards, nothing substantial.
No.
Keyshawn Butte, man, this dude's starting to go up. I hope we keep him for next year,
We
too.
talked about him in the preseason a lot, too.
Yes,
he
we
played
did.
good. He played good all year.
Glad he's getting an opportunity.
First 100-yard receiver.
Right.
In like 15 games or something like that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 7 catches, 117, like Frankie was just saying, and 1 touchdown. And I just want to bring it up because this dude's only catch of the season.
Yeah.
Rookie Javon Baker had 1 catch for 12 yards. About time they got him involved, man.
That was cool.
Yes, sir. So Patriots defense, Week 18 versus the Bills. Christian Ellis, 13 total tackles. He led the team.
Yep.
Anthony Jennings, 6 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss. And then rookie corner Marcellus Dial, the only defensive player we took in the draft. He finished with 5 total tackles, man. He was looking pretty good. Bills offense, Week 18 at the Patriots. So Mitch Trubisky, 15 for 21, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. James Cook, 10 carries, only 28 yards and a touchdown, but that touchdown tied the Bills' single-season rushing touchdown record held by O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, 16 rushing touchdowns.
That's
He
what I'm
had,
saying.
I think, 18 total, or maybe even 20 total.
Yeah, he had like receiving touchdowns
Yeah.
too. Curtis Samuel, who's actually starting to get used more in this game, 7 receptions for 52 yards. And I want to bring up this rookie linebacker, Joe Andreessen, 10 total tackles, 1 QB hit. The reason I bring him up, he's a local Buffalo kid, so I was glad to see him playing
he
for his
played
team.
good.
So let's get into the Patriots notes versus the Bills, Week 18, Frankie. The Patriots had 309 total yards versus the Bills. The Patriots allowed 259 total yards versus the Bills, 130 rushing. The Patriots had 0 sacks again, 6th time this year, 4 out of the last 5
I know,
games.
and Mitch Trubisky just sits there, too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We couldn't
It's
even get one
crazy.
against him. Come on. So, Frankie, there's no upcoming games. Obviously, the season is over. You know, lots of good coverage this year, man, with the Patriots. I mean, it was
Yeah,
a
for
rough
sure.
season for them, but, you know, we had a lot of good coverage. Definitely going to be looking forward to a revamped roster and everything for the 2025 season.
Yeah, we got to get a wide out. We got to get some tackles, and we definitely got to get some pass rushes.
Oh, we got to get some pass rushers on the upfront. I think the secondary looks good. Maybe add a few more pieces there. Maybe a
Yeah.
veteran piece or something like
I
that.
mean, the secondary, yeah, for sure. I think they look is probably the best part right now. And
Yeah, I
Drake
agree.
May looks pretty good. We need a couple tackles. We need 1 big receiver, like a good number 1. We got
I
like
agree.
4 number 2s.
I totally agree, brother. Hey, let's see what they do with Mike Vrabel next season.
And let's go, Vrabel.
So we have a new segment here called Playoff Payoffs, where each week me and Frankie are going to be getting into what players, maybe even defenses, are going to play the best against their playoff matchups. So we're going to start here, Frankie, with my surefire picks.
I like
You know,
it.
not considered must-starts, but the surefire picks that could potentially get you some money.
Yep.
So I'm going to start here with quarterback Lamar Jackson. I predict he's going to throw for 200-plus pass yards in this playoff game and 3 total touchdowns. I'm going to break it down why I think so. Steelers finished with the 25th ranked pass defense. Lamar has 482 total yards, 4 total touchdowns versus Steelers this year. Lamar's last 5 games, bro, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's taking him to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
I agree.
Number 2, Bucks running back Bucky Irving, and I predict he's going to have 100-plus rush yards and 1+ touchdown versus the Commanders. The reason I think that, the Commanders finished with the 29th ranked rush defense. Irving has 387 rush yards, 2 touchdowns his last 4 games, and he hasn't had under 15 carries 5 of his last 6 games. In that one game, he got injured.
Yeah.
So they're giving him the ball way more than
he's been
Rachaad
playing
White.
Great. Rachaad White barely played this week.
Number 3, Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson will have over 100 receiving yards and at least 1 touchdown versus the Rams in their playoff matchup. The Rams have the 20th ranked pass defense. You know, they've had some injuries this year as well. Allowed 29 total pass touchdowns this year.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. The Vikings had a rough last game, obviously, against the Lions. They lost it on that number 1 seed.
Yep.
So I think going back into this game, Darnold and Jefferson are going to be clicking. And if not Jefferson, I know Addison's going to get his too. But the dude had 1 catch for 0 yards
That was
last week.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Of course, it's after fantasy's over when I have Jefferson and Addison was snaking all the catches and everything.
Yep, that's a fact.
And then number 4, the Ravens defense will have 3+ sacks versus the Steelers, Frank. And this is why I think that. The Steelers' O-line is tied for 6th most sacks allowed this year. But the Ravens defense, they have the 2nd most sacks this year. That's a formula that's just not going to pan out good for the Steelers, in my opinion. 14 sacks allowed the last 4 games. Mind you, they're on a 4-game losing streak, the Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers don't look like anything good the last 4
Surprised
weeks.
they're even in the playoffs right now, dude.
That's crazy, yeah.
So, Frankie, I know it's the playoffs, but let's hear your FanDuel, brother.
So I got my FanDuel picks, and I sent you the picture here too. But
Yes, sir.
FanDuel does Saturday games, Sunday games, or Monday games. So I took the Sunday games because there's 3 games.
Right.
So I went with Jaden Daniels against Tampa Bay, the 2nd worst against quarterbacks. So Jaden Daniels,
Oh, yeah, they have a rough
8,400.
secondary. Right.
I took Saquon Barkley against Green Bay, who's 25th against the run, so he should have a good game. He's rested. Green Bay's all beat up.
Right.
So I'm like, Saquon should go crazy this week. I took Austin Eckler. He was discounted. Matched him up with Daniels. Tampa Bay, again, it should be more of a shootout that game, I think.
I agree.
I took Terry McLaurin for the same reason. Again, Tampa Bay secondary, not very good. Dontavian Wicks, because Christian Watson's out. We talked about that. 5,400. And then Jalen McMillan, who's been going crazy in that same Tampa Bay game. I got Dalton Kincaid for Buffalo. Denver is, middle of the pack against tight ends. They're good at everything else.
Right.
And then James Cook, 8,000. Denver, again, okay against the run, not great. And then I took the Green Bay defense against Philadelphia just because they were the second cheapest. So
Absolutely, brother. I like it, Frankie. So that's all we got for the first segment of Payoffs. Now let's get into that lava round. Frankie, I'm going to say congrats to you, brother. You got me on the picks, and let's break it down, man. Let's go back to the NFL weekly picks from Week 18. Yeah.
Oh, I have a couple of them.
I'll give it to you, brother.
Yeah.
So NFL weekly picks last week, Week 18. Your boy finished with a 5-11 record. Obviously, bro, I had to pick a lot of upsets to try to catch up to you.
Nah, you went off the reservation because you tried to catch me.
That's right, man. So bringing my overall record to 183 and 89.
That's real good, though.
Yeah, not bad. And Frankie, you finished with a 10-6 record last week, bringing your overall 10 more than me, 193 and 79.
That's
Again,
what I do.
Congrats, brother. All those games, I didn't take the Chiefs.
Yep.
So, Frankie, NFL wildcard picks. We still got lava round picks to do, so how about you name them? We'll predict them.
All right, let's start with the Saturday games. Chargers are going to the Texans. Who do you got?
You know what? I'm taking the Chargers here.
Me
They've been
too.
surging.
Me too.
Bro. I don't care that it's in Houston. They've been looking rough. They got a lot of injuries, especially at the wide receiver
Texans
position.
look terrible.
That's what I'm
lately.
saying, bro.
They can't stop anybody, and
No.
they can't score any points.
And mind you, they got a really good pass rush, too.
Yeah, they have a ton of
Danielle
sacks.
Hunter, Will Anderson, bro. What's going on over there?
Chargers are perfect to play against them. So
Yeah, they're
I'm
amped up.
taking the Chargers.
And we've seen Jim Harbaugh lead kind of rough-looking teams into the playoffs, far into the playoffs, too.
Yeah, Chargers are firing on all cylinders.
That's what I'm
right
saying,
now.
so I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, me too. Steelers at Ravens. I know we're both going Ravens.
Taking the Ravens, 100%.
This is probably the most interesting game. Broncos going to the Bills. You talked about the sacks. You said what team had the second most sacks?
Oh, the first most sack is the Denver
It's
Broncos.
Denver Broncos. That's what I was going to say. They have the most sacks in the league.
Yep.
Is Denver. Their defense is fire against Josh Allen.
But the Bills have a good offensive line, and Josh Allen is one of the most mobile.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills, too.
But it's going to be a close game. I
Right.
think.
And I think that's where the matchup's going to kind of lay, bro, is where you say, like, the Broncos, they got the most sacks in the NFL, but the Bills have a good O-line, but also the improvising skills of Josh Allen, man. We've seen what he can do when he's getting that pressure. It's like he wants the pressure.
I feel like the Bills got the hardest draw, though.
Yeah, they did.
In this first wild
Oh,
card
yeah,
round.
especially
That's
against
crazy.
the Denver defense, which has been
Oh,
playing
my God.
great and elite
They just
all
look
year.
great against the Chiefs. Anyway, I know it was the
Well, I mean,
second.
Carson
I'm
Wentz.
saying Carson Wentz, but I'm saying that the team offense looked good.
Right.
Even against the Chiefs, some of them guys are starters are come in on defense.
Well,
so.
only the second shutout all year, like we've recently talked about.
Yeah.
That Saints-Packers game was the last
Yep,
one.
yep.
So
Another game, Packers at Eagles. I'm going Eagles just because the Packers are so banged up. But
Yeah.
this game could have been really good. If
Barkley's
going to
run for 200 yards. I'm taking the Eagles.
I'm saying Eagles all day. Commanders going to the Bucks again. Shootout. It's at Tampa. Even though I feel like I'm going Washington.
I'm
taking
going
the opposite.
Washington
Are
too,
you
bro.
really?
No
All right.
cross off, brother. I'm going Washington
not
too. I
taking
thought
the
for
whole
sure
team.
you were going with the Bucks.
No, I'm taking the Commanders. I feel like the Bucks defense is one of the worst in the league.
Yeah, they're looking, especially their secondary with Antoine Winfield
Yeah.
being hurt too.
They
Man, that
get-
doesn't
they're
help.
getting lit up. So
Yes, they are.
Vikings at Rams. The Rams beat the Vikings by 10 earlier in the
That was
year.
their second loss on the season.
I'm taking the Rams on the upset. I
You're
know the
taking the
Vikings
Rams?
only have 3 losses, but the way the Vikings have been playing, I don't like it. I think they look like crap. The secondary of the Lions is worse than the secondary on the Rams, and they only scored, 9 points this past week?
Yeah, they didn't get a
So-
touchdown.
And the Rams already beat them by 10. I'm taking the Rams this week.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking the Vikings, though. I think the Vikings.
I figured you would.
Well, I think they're going to bounce back after this week. I mean, who's to say 100% if they're gonna? I mean, like you said, they had a rough game against an elite team in the Lions.
That's a tough call. Yep.
I think he's going to go into this game a little boosted up, thinking like, hey, we played like crap last week. Let's go in here. Let's kill the Rams in their stadium.
Hey, that's the only one that I was like, I'm going to take an upset here.
Justin Jefferson's going to have over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Jefferson's nasty. He's
Yes,
the
he
best
is.
in the league.
Absolutely.
Him and Jamar Chase.
Good luck with those picks, brother.
Hey, we only have one difference, so
That's
good luck
right.
to you. So, yeah, that's all we got for episode 30, guys. Thanks for...
What's up, fellas? Donnie, right?
Nah, man, I'm Frank the Bank. I ain't Donnie.
You pointing at me?
You play football at Long Beach Poly?
Long Beach Poly. What? Nah, bro. I play for Wareham. What are you talking about?
Long Beach Poly.
Number 55, right? That's how I remember you.
Nah, bro, you don't remember me from anywhere because I never played for Long Beach Poly. I wasn't number 55, man. And honestly, we don't appreciate you interrupting our show.
Oh, wait a minute. You get all aggro. Was I being rude?
Yeah, man, a little bit while we're doing a show. You're barging in here and stuff. I mean, come on.
Hey, was I being rude?
Yeah, bro, you can get the out of here.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Come on, get out of here.
See you at the gym, Donnie.
Nah, my name's Frank, and as you can tell, I don't go to the gym very often.
All right, Frank. Again, what is it this week? This time I know you might know what it is.
This is the new movie Den of Thieves 2 is coming out. The first one was sick. I don't know if you saw it, but it was dope. And this one's going to be even better, I think. So.
That explains why Jerod Butler's here.
From Bean Town to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxboro to your...
a pen, stud.
You need a pen? Oh, okay, bro.
Give him a pen.
Here you go. All right, let's see what he wrote, Frankie.
What is he writing? Oh, I like that.
I like that. Sign Mike Vrabel as head coach.
Vrabel.
Let's go. All right,
Butler.
Frankie, let's do that again.
From Bean Town to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxboro to your bro. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next week.